Hey everyone, long time no video. Today I'm going to be doing just a bit of a get ready with me type of video and just kind of talk about where I've been for the past few weeks because I haven't posted in a while, so this video is just going to kind of be a long, boring, kind of just chit-chatty video. So the first thing I'm using is my Nivea Men's Aftershave Balm as a primer. And so I guess like where I've been, I can't actually even remember the last time I uploaded. I feel like it was probably, maybe like mid-February. But I haven't posted in a while because I have been just extremely busy with school. And I think the last video I made was also like a kind of get ready with me talking about where I'd been kind of video. So, and I think in the last video I talked about how I had gotten a job, an internship at this place, so I've been doing that and I really like it. It's just been taking up a bit of my time, and then I've been really busy with schoolwork. If you're new to my channel and you're not familiar with me, hello. My name is Lauren, and I am a graphic design major, and I am graduating this semester, and it's very kind of scary. So I think in my last video I talked about how, you know, a little anxious I was about graduating and everything, and it's kind of still the case, but so my portfolio, for my capstone class, we have to create, you know, our graphic design portfolio, and then we have a show kind of like at the end of the, about the end of the month of April, where potential employers come and look at our portfolios and, you know, decide if they want to hire us. So that has been my #1 priority for the past few weeks, and that was due, my completely finished portfolio was due like midway through March. So I got that all done. I'm really glad that I have that huge weight off my shoulder now. Now it's all working on stuff like, you know, my personal website and stuff like that, and just some other, you know, kind of projects and stuff to work on. So that was what really took up a majority of my time, that as well as my internship. And so I just haven't had a whole lot of time to really just relax and like make videos and stuff, because I don't know why, but it's just been really hard for me to make videos, honestly, from probably about when I got my new camera, which is the one I'm using now and I've been using for the past few months. But it's been hard to kind of get used to using a new camera and everything, you know. It's just something to get used to using, especially since before I was using a like an actual like camcorder, is that what they call them? It was a Sony Handycam, which I really liked. It was really good quality for, you know, it not being a DSLR. But that was just so simple to use, and that's what I'd used my entire YouTube career since I started my channel in 2011. So that was just the camera that I'd always used, and I'd really liked it. It was simple, you know, kind of like the equivalent of like a point and shoot, but like a video camera, you know. So it was really simple to use, you know. I didn't have to really plan out much stuff when it comes to like lighting or anything. I just shot it in my bedroom. I would just open my blinds, you know, set the camera down. I didn't even have a tripod for my camera. Like, it sat on like a stack of books and stuff, so it was actually kind of quite what's the word, precariously teetering upon a stack of books, which is not the best thing to do with any kind of breakable object. But I really liked using that camera just because it was easy, it was simple, and, you know, I used that for a long time and probably would still be using that today. But I ended up taking a photography class last fall semester, and so I actually like learned how to use like a DSLR camera. for photography. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna buy myself a nice camera that I can use for photography and videography stuff. So I ended up buying this one. It's the Canon Rebel T5i. I think a lot of people use this camera. It's just kind of like one of those kind of go-to cameras. So a lot of the things are similar, you know, with, you know, controlling aperture, you know, f-stops, all that, ISO, you know, all that I learned how to do for like still photography. And it's all the same stuff for videography, but it just kind of works a little bit different. But it's all the same stuff. So it's just kind of like learning how to take what I've learned from photography, still photography, to using it into, you know, videography type stuff like this. So it's just been a little bit of a learning curve, learning how to use a new camera. So I got my new camera about, I think it was maybe like the end of November or like very beginning of December. I just feel like it's just kind of in a way slowed me down just a little bit for making videos. I also like had bought new lights, and that was like 2 sets of umbrella lights that I'd gotten from Amazon. And it was just kind of about learning how to do lighting, how to, you know, use my new camera, and just, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it was just a little bit of a different thing for me to learn how to do. And then of course, since I got the new lighting, that I couldn't really film in my bedroom anymore, because stuff like that, umbrella lights, any kind of like actual like setup lighting that's more than just like a clip lamp on a desk takes space. And my bedroom did not have space for that, so I ended up moving all my stuff into my front kind of, I call it my computer room just because that's where my computer is, and, you know, all that. So I have this big, huge window here, which I'm still working with, and if you've noticed the past few videos that I have posted, like, they're all in different arrangements, and I just haven't gotten to a point where I'm like, yes, this is the arrangement I want, this is perfect. Because right now the window is right here. Obviously, the light, I have more light on this side of my face, which is not ideal lighting. Typically you want it all on the front, some soft lights on the side, you know, diffuse the lighting to be the most flattering and, you know, stuff like that. So I'm still working with it. This isn't my favorite setup. It's probably gonna change again, which is very frustrating for me, because that's another big thing that I think has been holding me back from making videos, is because on top of, you know, still trying to figure out how to make my camera work, you know, and stuff, it's, I don't know, it's just kind of a lot, because I'm like, okay, well now I have to stress about figuring out my camera, and now I have to stress about figuring out how to do lighting, and now I have to figure out how to get my background to look decent, and I'm still not like 100% there, not even close. But I just kind of really wanted to film a video today, just because it's been so long, and I miss it. I really do miss it, and it sucks when you don't have time to do something you really love. And even though I have a really, really like minuscule, tiny, infinitesimal, you know, kind of channel, it's still something that I really enjoy. It's, you know, YouTube's never been a job for me, and it probably never will be, just because, number one, I'm not that great at it. I'm very, very basic in my, you know, video production quality and stuff like that. I'm definitely like a step up from where I started, but I don't know, you know, it's just, YouTube is one of those things where a lot of people get into it wanting to make money, and that was never really my intention, mainly because YouTube is just such a oversaturated kind of, I don't know, it's just kind of an oversaturated medium for creating content, kind of. I mean, there's still a lot of people that create a lot of amazing content, and it's huge and it's always growing. It's just really hard for someone to kind of stand out in a market that is so oversaturated. And YouTube is one of those things that I feel like I have been with since the beginning almost. I remember, you know, watching YouTube religiously pretty much 2006 and on. I know YouTube kind of started, I think it was like April-ish or something, 2005, so I wasn't there from like the very beginning, and of course I was like, you know, 11 or 12 when I really got into YouTube, about 2006, and it was just this thing that I love so much. I love watching videos. I cannot get enough of it. I really just can't see my life without YouTube. Like, I know some people love Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and, you know, whatever other social media pages there are, but for me, it's just YouTube. If every other outlet were to go away, it would just be YouTube for me, and that would be more than enough for me to feel, I don't know, content in life. So, and it was just kind of from day one, I always knew I wanted to make YouTube videos. You know, even when I was, you know, just watching it when I was 11 or 12 years old, I was like, wow, I really want to do that. I remember probably, I think the first few things that I watched on YouTube, like, I guess kind of community-wise that I got into YouTube was, I remember I watched a lot of videos on, like, singing videos. I really loved watching people's, like, karaoke videos of, like, Disney songs or stuff like that, and I feel like that was the first thing that really kind of got me into YouTube, and then, like, sketch comedy, and then I found beauty, and then, you know, a few years ago I really got into, like, the gaming side of YouTube, which was something I never thought I would really watch, but it's just kind of interesting to think about how my interests have really, what's the word, like, evolved since I've started watching YouTube, because I really feel like I can't remember too much of a time before I watched YouTube. I mean, obviously, you know, I started watching YouTube about 6th grade, so I obviously, like, remember what it was before I had YouTube, but just imagining it now is just almost unfathomable to me, to just think, where would I be without YouTube? And it's kind of a funny thing where my best friend, she, like, doesn't get YouTube at all. Like, she might occasionally, like, watch a YouTube video, but she's so, like, not into YouTube, like I am. She's like, I don't get YouTube. It's just, I don't get why people do it. I don't like watching it. And to me, I'm just like, who are you? Because YouTube is just huge to me. And I don't know how I got on this long YouTube tangent kind of story, but I'm just gonna go with it. But I just can't really imagine how what I would be doing with my time if I didn't have YouTube, because even when I'm not making YouTube videos, I'm always watching YouTube videos. And like I said, my interests have changed throughout the years, and I don't know, I just knew I always wanted to make videos, but I didn't know how to do it when I was younger. I didn't have a camera that could really work or anything. Like, I know a lot of people started making videos, like, on MacBooks or, you know, webcams and stuff back in the early days of YouTube, but I didn't have anything like that. And I always thought, man, I wish I had, you know, the equipment to make YouTube videos and stuff like that, and at the time I just didn't. But I don't know, I think what caused me to start my YouTube channel, like I said, I started it was my YouTube birthday is technically, like, July 4th, 2011, and that was right before I went on a trip overseas. I went to France and Italy with my French class. It gets harder for me to talk while I'm putting on eyeshadow. And that was in July. And the month before, I went on vacation with my family, and my dad had bought that camera that I was telling you about, the Sony Handycam camera, because he wanted, like, a camera for, you know, to take on vacation, you know, family videos, you know. I feel like that's a really dad kind of thing to do, to, like, buy a camera and stuff. But yeah, so he bought it, and he ended up not using it very much, and I was like, well, shit, I'm gonna take over this camera. And I remember at the time, that camera cost way too much money for what it, like, was. I mean, it was a good camera and everything, but, like, you know how electronics depreciate almost as instantaneous as, like, your car. But I I remember it was a really expensive camera at the time, so my dad was like really kind of like overprotective about this camera, even though like he honestly didn't use it for like anything. So we took it on vacation, and I ended up playing around with the camera, and I was trying to like learn how to use it. And one of the days, I think it was, we went to the beach, and I think it was one of the days after I'd been sunburned, so I was kind of like, you know, staying in the house, not really, you know, wanting to go outside with a sunburn, so I ended up staying inside the beach house, and that was when I filmed my first YouTube video, and it was really funny. I've actually never uploaded it to YouTube, but I do still have all the video. And I was thinking maybe I should upload that for like my YouTube birthday for this year in July, because that will be my 5-year on YouTube, which is kind of crazy to think about, especially since my channel is so small. And, you know, I think I barely have over 1,000 subscribers, which to me, that is amazing, but it's definitely in the eyes of YouTube, it's a very small, pretty much non-existent channel, but that's fine with me because, like I said, this was never really something that was a job for me. It was never meant to be anything more than a hobby for me. And who knows, like maybe one day it could turn into something, but I'm honestly not very, what's the word? I don't really think that would be the case for me. It's always been a hobby, and I just feel like that's kind of how it would always be for me. Because you see people like, you know, when I first started watching YouTube beauty gurus, you know, I watched people like Ellen Blair, and I think the first makeup girl I ever watched was Panacea, was it 81, 87? Jeez, I can't even remember. Her name's Lauren Luke. I actually haven't even looked at her channel in quite a while, so I don't know if she still makes videos or not. I feel like maybe she does, but Lauren Luke, I remember watching her videos, and I remember she'd always do like makeup tutorials based on like Britney Spears and stuff like that. And yeah, I just remember YouTube just feels like, I don't know, it felt like it's always been there, even though obviously it hasn't. It's just kind of a weird, feeling. I don't know. But like I said, so I started watching beauty videos after I had watched like sketch comedy and like music and, you know, stuff like that. And I don't know, it was just something that I always knew I wanted to do. So whenever I was on vacation and I filmed that video, I was thinking, well, what kind of videos would I want to make? And I knew instantly it would have to be beauty videos, just because that was what I was really into at the time, and I still am into beauty videos now, but it's definitely not the only thing I watch. But it was just a no-brainer for me, and so I made my very first YouTube video, and it was a tutorial, but I didn't talk at all through the video because I was thinking, well, I don't know if I really want to like talk, because I was really self-conscious about it, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll like, I was already thinking about how I was going to edit it, and I didn't know anything about editing at the time, so I really like taught myself all this stuff through all these years. And so, you know, I would like hold up the product and show it and, you know, apply it to wherever, and it was just a really fun video. So I think maybe I'll do that for my YouTube birthday this year. I'll finally edit it and upload it, because I do have, obviously my first video on YouTube it was just like a tutorial. I can't even remember what it was. It was a shitty tutorial. Like everyone's videos, they're not the best first video, but I don't know why I never uploaded that as my first video. I think it was just always something I was kind of embarrassed about. So yeah, so I ended up filming my first video and I never uploaded it or anything. And then whenever I got back, I think what it might have been was I uploaded my first video sometime at the beginning of July, and then I went on vacation, or, you know, I went overseas, and then I think I came back and started really kind of doing YouTube videos and stuff just in my spare time. And I don't know, that's just kind of how it's been ever since. And I've kind of taken a few like on and off breaks of YouTube, usually never more than like a couple weeks or maybe like a month or so. But it's been a wonderful experience. Even having a teeny tiny channel, and you know, I don't know, it was just a really, really fun thing, and I just kind of feel really nostalgic about it, especially lately with not posting videos as much as I would have wanted to. I just got a whole bunch of liquid eyeliner like all up in my eyelashes, so I'm probably gonna have like blue eyelashes for a while. But yeah, so I've just really been missing YouTube lately, and one of my favorite things is actually to edit videos. And I mean, I obviously love making videos as well, but I don't know, I really love the feeling of just editing videos and stuff like that. And so that was something I kind of also really missed. And you know, I've just been so busy with schoolwork lately. You know, I don't really even wear makeup to school, really. I mean, I do. I wear like foundation and mascara and maybe a tiny bit of like a brow pencil. But that's honestly like pretty much the only makeup I wear to school now, just because I'm tired. I don't want to get up in the morning to, you know, put on all this makeup, which is what I really, you know, did a lot of in high school. I think in high school, you know, at least for me, I was very self-conscious, so I did like full-on glam makeup every single day of high school. And I love doing it, and I still do love putting on makeup. I'm kind of at that point in my life where I'm not as self-conscious as I used to be. I'm kind of, you know, a little more thick-skinned. Like in high school, if I went to school without makeup, I felt terrible the whole day. I'm like, oh my god, my skin looks horrible. Oh my god, everyone hates me. You know, just kind of that over the top, like no one actually thinks that kind of stuff. That was really kind of how I felt in high school. And so I'd always get up, you know, like 2 hours before I go to school, and I'd always, you know, straighten my hair or, you know, do whatever to my hair and do full on makeup. And I just don't have time for that anymore. I don't know how I did it. You know, honestly, like literally I would get up 2 hours before school just to do that. And, you know, in college, no one really cares about that stuff anymore. You know, every once in a while I'll still kind of like get all dressed up, or not dressed up, but like, you know, do all my makeup really nice. And it's usually like the first and like last day of school, or like if I have like a special presentation or something. You know, I'll do that. And another thing I've noticed, since I don't really like wear full-on makeup too often anymore, I suck at doing liquid eyeliner now. I can never get my wings like perfectly straight, or even, I used to be like so good at it, but I don't do it, you know, every day now, so it's like, I don't know, it's a little frustrating because I'm like, god, I can't get my damn makeup right anymore. But maybe if I do my makeup more often, I'll kind of get back to doing it even, because right now these two wings are like completely different angles, and it's just kind of how it is. So whenever I don't upload videos, I always feel a little bit, I guess, guilty. Not because I feel obligated, but just because it's something I really do truly enjoy doing. And when I'm not doing it, I feel kind of guilty. And I never want to force myself to do something if I'm not feeling up to it to that day. Like some days I just don't feel like putting on makeup, or I just don't have the time, or I've waited too late in the day and now all the good daylight's gone. You know, there's just like a million and one factors that, you know, determine on whether I want to make a video that day, whether I have the time, whether I feel like it, whether XYZ. And, you know, just a lot of that has been happening lately, and, you know, I'll be like, oh, I'm stressed out because, you know, I filmed a whole video the other day and my settings were completely off and the color was terrible, and it was beyond like color correcting and stuff, you know, so it was just kind of like, okay, well, I'm just gonna scrap that video and I'm gonna end up refilming it today. But it's one of those really aggravating things, because I had, you know, put a lot of time into it and tried to make it a little better quality, especially since, you know, I haven't been posting, you know, that much this lately. That was not correct grammar at all. I was like, well, I'm gonna like try to really get back into it and make this, you know, my best video ever. And it was just like a haul video. It wasn't even anything really spectacular, but I just wanted to make it better than what I'd typically been doing. So that was a little frustrating, and I'm gonna end up refilming it today, I think. But yeah, so that's kind of pretty much it for my makeup. It's not really anything really unique. Just kind of neutral eyeshadow and a really fun blue eyeliner. I got this new eyeliner and what did I do with it? Okay, it's the Wet n Wild Mega Liner, and this one is in the color Voltage Blue. And I got this because I thought this was the new one that had came out with their spring collection, and it wasn't. But I like this too, but the other one's more of like a little bit more of like a pastel-y blue, but I definitely think I'm gonna find that one, or get it when I find that one. But this is actually really pretty. I love how matte it is. Because I also have a really pretty blue color from NYX. I think it's the Extreme Wear ones, but those have a little bit more of like a shimmery kind of finish to them. But this one's like just a matte, not like it's not a royal blue, maybe a royal blue, I don't know. It's just a really pretty color. And to finish off my look, I'm just going to put on a little bit of a new lipstick. This one is by BR Pure Matte. This was in my haul video, so you'll see it again. This one is called Pure Nude, and just kind of looks like this. I wouldn't call this a nude color at all. It's more of like a, kind of like a pinky coral, but I think it would be really pretty with this look. And I really underestimated how dry my lips are and how a little bit dry that lipstick is, so just to top it off, I'm going to put on my NYX round lip gloss. What is the name? Sorbet. So just gonna top it off with a little bit of gloss because my lips are dry. So that is pretty much it for this video. I know it was kind of a long, boring, more of me talking rather than a makeup video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really trying to kind of get back into the swing of things, but it is such a very crunch time in my life right now with, you know, finding a job, graduating, all that adult shit that no one really wants to do. So hopefully all of this will kind of get back into a schedule of things. I think I have 4 videos that I have recorded in like maybe February or January that I still kind of want to upload, so I think what I might do is kind of like alternate on those with some of these new videos, just because I did put a lot of time and effort into those videos as well, but they're older videos, but they're all kind of, I uploaded the first one and it was about the Sephora perfume sampler, so I have 3 other ones that I will be uploading as well, so just be aware that those are kind of older videos and, you know, the background's different and stuff like that. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram, link is below, and until my next video, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.